Hey everybody, it's Chris Peters. For this video, we're going to talk about the quick link web part and how many formats you can set it up to display in. So we're on a page here that we're going to put into edit mode. And from here, we're going to add a section to the page. I'm going to come down into my section area. There's a little plus sign here to add a new section. I'm going to use a 3-column section so we can show 3 versions of what a quick link web part can look like. And as you can see, we've got our 3 sections in here now. Within section 1, I'm going to come up here to my little plus sign and I want to put a web part in. The web part in is going to be the quick links web part. And this is the web part by default. You'll notice that I can add links to my web part. I can also select different layouts. So that's what this video is about. We're going to pick a few of these and show how we can quickly set them up. Let's start with this default compact one here. I'm going to go ahead and add a link. And I just have a link to this site in here we'll drop in. Point here is to remember it's looking for the link to get things started. So it resolves my URL and I'm going to add it. So at this point right here, I have a link to home. Home is what the title of that page is. That's why it puts home in here. But you'll notice in the panel to the right, I can change the name. And we're going to call it Compact Style for this video. See how it populates right in there? I can also put a custom image on here, and I can change it by clicking the change, or if I don't want to have a custom image and I just want an icon, I can delete this one. But let's just put a picture on this. When I say change, I'm going to get an interface to give me examples of pictures that I could use. So let's just go ahead and pick one from the catalog. And we will use this one right here. So we're going to insert this as the picture associated with the web part. See how it puts it right here in this compact style. So if I were to go ahead and save as draft, you'll notice I don't have any content here, so it's not showing any. But I do have my link here with the picture I selected. I can click it from here. And it's simply just going to go to the URL that we put in there, which is to the home page of the site. Let's put the page back into edit mode. And I'm going to take a look at this one again. So we're going to click on the web part. From here I could add another link, or I could take one of these links that I have here and make an adjustment to it. So quick links is the web part. This compact style is one link I put into the web part. Let's edit. So now I'm editing it again. At this point I can go ahead and I can do an auto select for the thumbnail. I can indicate icons I want to use. What we did was a custom image before. And if I want to change the icon, I'm going to click change, and the screen's going to come up with a pretty full catalog of different types of icons I can use. So we'll pick this one, and that we're going to place that one as the icon. Or again, if I wanted to go back to custom image, I could do that. So let's save as draft. And now we've made our change to our link that's right there. Good. Back into edit. Here's a way to save some time. I have one quick links web part here. I'm going to select it. Notice there's a duplicate web part option here. I'm going to duplicate this twice. Once, I have 2 of them now, and then one more. That gives me 3. Because what I want to do is take what I've done so far and then play with some of the styles. So I can drag 1 or 2 of these wherever I want. And what I want to do is move them over into the other columns. So I'm just going to click down on this and drag it over. Now it's in the center column. And we'll grab our third one that we did earlier and put that in the third column. And we're going to save. Now you'll see all three on the page pretty quickly. The next thing we're going to do is get into these number 2 and number 3 links and change their style. So page goes into edit mode. Here's the web part. When I click on the web part, I get that drop down for the layout option. And I'm going to try one that's called tiles. Just makes it a little bit bigger. Link still goes to the same location, but as I add new links, it'll use this particular style. So we'll leave that one for now. And now let's go to our third one, and we're going to do what's called a grid. It's a bit bigger, gives us more room for a picture as well as some textual information. So let's play with these two, and then we'll save our page and see how it looks. So here's our basic one, compact. We've got this one, the tiles. So we're going to go into the web part, actually to the link itself, and look at its settings. Again, I can use my custom image on here. Maybe we'll pick this one here. Or go pick another one like we did before. And we'll use this one here as an example. And again, this is the custom image for this particular type of style, again, which was that tile. Let's see how the page is looking. Basic, a little bit of a tile. Now let's play with this compact one here. That's going to be a larger grid. Here's our web part. We're going to go into the web part itself. And let's take a look at the settings. Again, we are using the grid. The link itself, we're going to click on to get its edit properties. And let's go with a custom image. See how it's larger now. We can change the title. We'll call it grid. Grid size. And then we're going to go down a little bit here and we'll just take a look if there's any other settings we want to figure out for this one. Looks pretty basic. And we're going to get into the settings for the web part real quick. And again, if I did want to change it on the fly, I could just come over here and see how they look. And then in our item itself, we're going to edit. Here's our title right here, and this can be a little bit longer. And as you can see, it puts it right down into the bottom area so people can read it when they see it. So let's go ahead and save as draft. Do a little bit of cleanup, then we'll finish up here. There's our grid view, there's our tile view, here's our compact style that we called our first one. The only other thing I want to point out before we wrap up on the video is in here, this title, if I click on it, if I don't click on it, it's not going to show quick links when the page is saved, but I can type in. So I'm going to call this tiles. You could put any title that you want on it. We're going to go back to our first one, and we're going to call it compact. And then for our larger one, we're going to call it grid. Let's go ahead and save. Notice that when I type those in there, they do show up at the top. And last but not least, we can come back in here and we can always replicate these like we did before. And we will save. So as you can see, we're starting to populate the page with some of these quick links to here, another one to here, to here. And these again are 3 styles of the quick link. There's about 6 total, but the idea here is you have a new page, you put a section in it, you set the section to be 3 columns like we did in this example, and we just started with the basic quick link, gave it a link to follow, gave it an icon. In our tile, we can play with the color of this background right here. We could also put a small picture in there. If we wanted the whole thing to be a picture, we could make the whole box a picture also. And then the one I use a lot when I'm trying to explain things to folks is the grid. And that's the one where I have more room to have a bigger picture, but to also put more text at the bottom here too. And that is an example of using the quick link web part. I'll go back into this page for a future video. We'll add a few more styles of the web part. And thanks for your time.